Hello everyone, in this video we are going to see about the loops in C. It is one of the control structure that helps to control the flow of the statement in C. So let us see first of all what is a loop. A loop is a set of statement that has to be repeated under some control. Okay, so let us see this is the flow diagram. We are checking the condition if it is true or not. If it is true, the loop goes up and down and repeat, otherwise it will come out of the loop and it is terminated. So let us see the definition. A loop statement allows us to execute a statement or group statements multiple times. That means we can execute a single statement or a group of statements for multiple times based upon the condition. So when you say a loop consists of two parts, the body of the loop and a control statement. So what is the body of the loop? That is the statement to be executed, and the control loop is the condition to be checked. So we are using this flow diagram to say how the loop statement is executed. Okay, now let us see the two different types of loops: entry control loop and exit control loop. What is entry control loop is, actually we have seen already that the loop consists of two parts: body of the loop and control statement. Okay, so the control is the checking statement. If the checking is done before we start the process at the entry itself, it is called as an entry control loop. It is also called as pre-checking loop. That means first of all the condition is checked and then only the content is executed or the body of the loop is executed. That is called as a pre-checking loop. Then what is post-checking loop or exit control loop is, first the body of the loop is executed once, then only the condition is checked. If the condition is true, the loop is repeated again and again. If the condition is false, it will come out of the loop. So that is called as an exit control loop, also called as a post-checking loop. Okay, so now let us see. So this is the definition and flow diagram of the loop. And let us see the types of the loops are the loops in C. So what are the loops in C available? While loop. While loop is called entry control loop. Why? Because the condition is checked before the process is started. It repeats a statement or group of statements while a given condition is true. It tests the condition before executing the loop body. Then the next is the for loop. It is also an entry control loop. And what does the for loop does is, it executes a sequence of statements multiple times as long as the condition is true. So this is also entry control loop. That means the process starts only after checking the condition. Okay. And then the third is the do while loop. It is called the exit control loop. Why? Because the do statement syntax is first do and we start the open brace. First of all the statement is done once, then only the condition is checked. If the condition is true again and again, then only the statement will be executed, and when it becomes false, it will come out of the loop. So this do while loop is called as an exit control loop. That means it is almost like a while statement, except the difference is that it tests the condition at the end of the loop body. So this may be a one word question: how will you differ between the while loop and the do while loop? Okay, and let us see with the example the different types of loops. First we see the while loop in C. So here this program says include stdio.h, include conio.h into main. Here we are giving 3 points 1, 2, 3 in this diagram. So what does this 1, 2, 3 says? So what is 1 is? 1 is the initialization, and 2 is the control statement, and 3 is the body of the loop. We know that a body of the loop consists of body of the loop as well as the condition control statement. So this is the syntax of while loop in C. How the syntax goes: while in within bracket condition, open the brace and give statements. These statements may be single statement or multiple statements. Okay, then you have to close the braces. So this is the block. When the brace opens and closes, it is the block. So the while condition executes a single statement or a block of statements based upon the condition is true or not. So in this diagram, 1 is the initialization part and 2 is the condition for repeating. What is the condition here? While num less than or equal to 10. So if the condition is true, or as long as the condition is true, the loop will be executed. And 3 is the body of the loop to be repeated. So what has to be repeated? Printf num and num is num plus plus. So this is the set of statements to be executed within the loop. This is called as the body of the loop. And then this is how the do loop works. Okay, now let us see the next concept of the do while loop using the block diagram. So the syntax of the do while loop is do, open the brace, then give the statements and then close the brace, and after the brace the condition is checked while expression or while condition. That means here the condition is checked at the end of the loop. So it is called as an exit control loop. So the same program is done using the do while loop. So see the diagram here. So now diagram marks 1, 2, 3 and 4. So what is 1? 1 is the initialization part, it is given here, and 2 is the body of the loop. What is the body of the loop here? Num, print num value. Okay, print num is the body of the loop, and then num plus plus. So these two together form the body of the loop, and here the third is the increment for the loop. And then here we have the fourth one, which is the while condition, while num less than or equal to 10. So now the condition for repeating is checked at the end, which is an exit control loop. So here 4 is the condition. In while we are checking while condition, then we start. Here we do and then we check the while condition. Okay, so the difference here is the statement while is put, the condition is put at the beginning in the while loop and end in the do loop. Okay, so this is how the do while loop works. That means as long as this do loop executes the body of the loop one time extra than the while loop, because it starts first and then it checks. Okay, whether the condition is true or false, automatically it will be executed at least once. Okay, and now let us see the next loop in C, which is the for loop. So what is the for loop syntax says? For initial value semicolon condition semicolon increment or decrementation, then you have to open the brace and you have to give the statements and you have to close the brace. So now how the parts of the loop are just given. First is the declaration, and second is the initialization and condition for repeating, and third is the body of the loop to repeat. Let us see the block diagram. So as usual, we start with the int stdio.h into main. Now here the focus point is 1, 2, 3 number is given in the block diagram. What is 1? 1 is the initialization or the declaration of the number. It is a declaration of the integer variable, and in the case of for loop, initialization, checking and the increment all given in the starting itself in a single statement after the for keyword. So for number equal to 1 semicolon number less than or equal to 10 semicolon number plus plus. So in this line itself, initialization, checking and incrementation are done, and then the line 3 is the body of the loop, which is the print number. Okay, so now here the for loop is an entry control loop. That's all how the for loop works. Okay, so as long as the condition is true, the for loop is executed. When it becomes false, it comes out of the loop. So that's all the concept of loops in C. Hope it is easy to follow, and thanks for watching.